What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Fourth and Short. My name's Carter, and today I'm going to be giving my way too early top 10 rankings. So as you guys can probably see, in the new setup now, I got the mic in here, and then I'm going to be working on the video quality slowly over the next few videos, as well as having some more Packer stuff in the background. So jumping right into my top 10, at number 10, I actually have the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are going to have a lot of work to do with their roster this offseason. Obviously, they already started that by hiring Jim Harbaugh, which I think is going to be a huge move for them going into next season. They still have Justin Herbert, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We just need to see him with a consistent coaching staff and consistent roster. They're going to have a lot of contract situations with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler. Maybe they can go after another guy in the draft or free agency or possibly through a trade. But right now, I'm really high on the Chargers, looking at them at number 10. Coming in next at number 9, you have the other LA team in the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams last year completely overachieved. I thought they would honestly get last or second to last in their division. They managed to make the playoffs and almost came away with the win in the wildcard round against Detroit. Really, really positive stuff for them from guys like Kyren Williams and Puka Nacua, two really young players on offense there. I'd like to see them get some younger guys on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, their defense did not play bad by any stretch of the imagination last year, but I would like to see some younger help alongside Aaron Donald there. Matthew Stafford was absolutely balling last year with Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua is insane. And then Cooper Kupp, you got that consistent older route runner receiver. So really, really high on them coming into next season. Coming in at number 8, you have the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys are a really, really interesting team because they're always really, really good in the regular season and at home last regular season. And then you get to the playoffs and things don't go so well. Last year you had another first-round exit to the Green Bay Packers in blowout fashion. It was not a close football game. Dak is set to get a huge bag of money. They're talking anywhere from $50 to $60 million a year, which is insane for a guy who I don't consider to be a top 5 quarterback in this league. But they're also going to have some contract stuff to figure out. I do think they're going to come back and be a top 10 team in the NFL. I don't think there's going to be a drop-off like a lot of people are saying. So I'm putting them right at number 8. Coming in at number 7, you have the Green Bay Packers. What a season from the Green Bay Packers last season. Jordan Love is definitely the franchise quarterback. Aaron Jones, despite getting a little bit older, really showed towards the end of the season and in the playoffs that he still has it. And then the young receivers are just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. I cannot give them enough praise. They're just absolutely outstanding. And then also the tight ends, the young tight ends, 2 rookie tight ends, both of them looked amazing. The Packers seem to have hit on almost all their draft picks last season and even the season before. So that's really promising to see that really young group of guys, the youngest team in the league to make the playoffs since like 1950. So just really, really positive things from them. So this offseason, they fired Joe Barry and hired Jeff Hafley as their defensive coordinator. I'm hoping for in the second round to get DBs because we're definitely running low on safeties, and I would honestly be okay with a corner. We're going to see what we have to do with Darnell Savage's contract and stuff like that. But for now, I've got the Packers at number 7. Coming in at number 6, you have the Houston Texans. And again, what a season for this team. C.J. Stroud, second overall pick, comes in and lights the world on fire. He was absolutely amazing. You know, every time he dropped back to pass, you knew good things were going to happen with him at the helm. He broke the record for rookie passing yards in a game with 470. He also broke the record for pass attempts to start a career without an interception. He was playing extremely well. And then you had guys like Nico Collins and Tank Dell step up. Obviously, Tank Dell got hurt towards the end of the year, so hoping he'll be back next season. But really, really positive stuff. They made it to the playoffs and then absolutely blew out the Browns, made it to go play Baltimore. Couldn't get it done against Baltimore in Baltimore, but I think they're going to come back really strong in 2024. Coming in at number 5, you have the Buffalo Bills. And this one is really tough for me because you know, you got Stephon Diggs, who I don't think is going to be suiting up for the Bills next season. Gabe Davis is also a free agent this year, so seeing what they're going to do with him. And then you've got guys like Von Miller, who are getting really old and costing a lot of money. Obviously, I think with Josh Allen, there's nothing that team can't do. He's just a really great player. Obviously, some inconsistency when it comes to interceptions and fumbles, but he's a dynamic runner and passer, and I think they're going to be in the top 5 teams next year. Next up at number 4, you have the Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions were a really, really good football team last year. They easily could could have made the Super Bowl. Obviously, they choked away the game to the 49ers in a really, really, really disappointing game for Detroit fans, I'm sure. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it to the Super Bowl to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. But last year's draft went extremely well for them. Jahmyr Gibbs, though frowned upon, was an amazing player. And then Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, guys like that, all were amazing, amazing picks. And they're going to come into this next season nothing but better. They're not going to lose any of these players. Obviously, they're going to have to do some Obviously, they're going to have to keep it going in the draft and keep making those good draft picks, but I am really high on Detroit this year. Obviously, it's going to be tough competition with the Packers this year, I think, but Detroit right now at number 4. Coming in at number 3, you have the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are another really interesting team when it comes to who they're going to have on that squad next year. They've got a ton of free agents, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, which is obviously going to be a problem, seeing as they did have the number 1 defense in the league last season. They're going to have guys like Patrick Queen and Kyle Van Noy, who they're going to have to either get under contract or find replacements for them in free agency or in the NFL draft. So really excited to see what they're going to do there. Lamar Jackson, now 2-time MVP at the helm. You got Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and then Zay Flowers. Just all really great pieces on offense there. So I think they're going to be a top 3 team next year. Coming in at number 2, you have the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are in another really good place when it comes to guys under contract. The 49ers are another really interesting team when it comes to contract situations because they only really have one guy who could possibly leave. The rest of the guys are under contract at least this year. You've got Brock Purdy making next to nothing, which really, really helps with building the team around him. And I think they're going to be right back where they were last year, right at the top of the league, and I've got them right now at number 2. Coming in at number 1, you have the Minnesota. Coming in at number 1, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. What is up with the Chiefs, man? They're so good. Last year, they were supposed to have fallen off. They were supposed to be a much worse team. They didn't have good receivers. Their defense was really good, but Travis Kelce was regressing and all that stuff, and it did not matter. They got into the playoffs. They bulldozed through everybody they met, and they won the Super Bowl again. So now they're going to be looking for the three-peat. Obviously, it's really, really tough to do that, but right now I've got him sitting at number 1. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out my channel for more NFL videos.